Alright guys, so here's a super fun self-working card trick that requires zero setup. Your spectator can shuffle these as many times as they want and they're really not going to see what happens at the end. So check this out. Ask them to name any playing card. Yes, anyone that they want. But before they reveal it, you say, look, I'm going to remove a couple of cards and I don't want you to see what they are just yet. And so you go through and you remove, so you remove that one there. And why don't we just remove this one also? Perfect. And let's pop those off to the side. Now the spectator, for example, is thinking of the ace of spades, okay? And you say, look, I'm going to see how close I got to the ace of spades. So let's go through and we're going to remove the card that you just thought of. Okay, here it is, the ace of spades, and you just spread it onto the table like so. And then you remove all of the cards except for the two either side of your ace of spades. And so you say to the spectator, look, do you remember how I removed two cards? Let's have a look what they are. Absolutely no sense is what that is. While they're a little bit baffled at the moment and wondering what's going on, you say, do you remember I said I wanted to see how close I could get to your card? And I think I got pretty dang close because I knew you would choose that card, hence why I took out the mates. And let's see how that's done. Yo, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, look, today's video is kindly dedicated to those in the comments who like to say, but Steve, they can't shuffle the cards. Oh, that's too rigged. There's too much setup. Well, Uncle Steve wants you to know that I hear you, I've heard your cries, and I've read your comments. And so today, this trick is for you. There is no setup. The spectator can shuffle as many times as they want. It's a really fun trick to perform. It's super easy and it's based on a Gemini twins principle. And I think this is a John Bannon trick, I think. And so if you're ready to learn it, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I think we're just going to get straight into it. Let's go. Alright guys, so here is the explanation to this really fun self-working card trick. It is completely self-working, no setup required. And before somebody asks in the comments, yes, I have scratches on my hands, and that's what happens when you have a house rabbit and you try and pick them up. And so there we go, cleared that up. So basically, ask your spectator to shuffle the cards, and they can do so as many times as they want. Now, this is a little principle based on the Gemini twins. If you don't know what that is, we'll go over that in a second. So once they've shuffled the cards, all you're going to do when you take them back is look at the bottom card and take a peek at the top one. 2 of hearts, 5 of diamonds. And then what you're going to do is the wording's really important as well. So you're going to say, just think of any playing card, and it can be any card that they want. And so it's from this point here, you say, look, don't tell me what it is. I'm going to take out a couple of cards. Now, obviously they're thinking that you're going to try and figure out what their card is and take that out. But the wording is, I'm going to see how close I can get to your card. But you're going to say that in a second. So you're going to take out the 2 of diamonds and the 5 of hearts. Okay, so just take a peek at what those are and just take out the mate. So if it was the Queen of Hearts on the bottom and the 2 of spades on top, you're just going to take the Queen of diamonds and the 2 of clubs. So let's do that. And so we go through and we're looking for, and obviously do it like this so they can't see. So there's the Queen of diamonds, place it face down, don't let them see what it is. And then we're going for the we need the 2 of clubs. So go ahead now and take out the 2 of clubs, which is right there. Obviously you keep that all secret, you don't say what they are. And then you say to your spectator just to think of any playing card, and let's go for the 7 of clubs. And so what you do from here is when you spread through, you are going to do the following. Obviously do it this way as well. Make sure you keep this card here hidden. And you say, all right, you chose the 7 of clubs. When you get to the 7 of clubs, square these up, and then you're going to rotate your wrist and grab it with your thumb and twist back around like so and place these on top. So essentially you are now sandwiching their card between the Queen of Hearts and the top card here, which is the 2 of spades. I'm going to do another perspective in a second. So once it's like that, you immediately spread these onto the table like so. And then you explain that you're going to remove all the cards except for the 2 either side of the card that you thought of. And so you just leave it like this. And then you say, do you remember how I said I was going to see how close I could get to your card? Well, you turn these over, and obviously they have nothing to do with the spectator's selection. But you say, but I kind of knew you were going to choose the 7 of clubs, and the reason being is because the card you thought of is actually right next to their mates. And so that is the whole premise of the trick. Now there's a couple of things to think about as well. What if they named a card, and let's put these back for a second, and you've taken out these 2 cards here, okay? And you know those are on the table, and then you say to your spectator, what card did you think of? What if they named either the 2 of clubs or the Queen of diamonds? This is kind of like the ultimate ending to it. You don't even bother going to look for any other card because obviously it's one of these. So you just do a magician's force, and so let's assume they said, oh, I thought of the Queen of diamonds. What you do is you say, all right, you hold them in your hands, and you just simply say, just point to any card. And if whatever card they point to, so if they point to the non-Queen of diamonds, just drop that on the table like so, and say you thought of the Queen of diamonds, do the old magician's flick. We're so obsessed with our little flicks, aren't we? And then you just show, look, the Queen of diamonds. What if they point to this one here? You just do the same. You just drop that one anyway, and you just reveal the Queen of diamonds. And so, in full speed, I suppose, what you're doing is this. After they've given them a shuffle, you're taking a peek at the bottom card and the top one. So 5 of spades, 6 of diamonds. You're going through now, and you're just saying, I'm going to remove a couple of cards here, and you're going to look for the 5 of clubs and the 6 of hearts. So I'm going to go do that quickly now. Where's our 5 of clubs? We'll find it somewhere, and it just happens to be there. And then we're going to look for the 6 of hearts, which I've passed, which is right there. And then it's at this point you say, just tell me what your card is, and they're going to say, for example, the 10 of diamonds. You immediately turn that one over, replace it, and then spread onto the table and say, I'm going to remove all of the cards except for the 2 either side of your thought of card. And then you just leave it out on the table, and you say, look, I've got these 2 cards here, and remember I said I wanted to see how close I could get. You see, I didn't pick the 10 of diamonds that you thought of. However, I knew you were going to choose it because I put their mates either side of your card. And so I'm going to show you from a different perspective now on how to do the little turny over move. Alright guys, so here is that move from my perspective. So I thought this might help you out a little bit. So once your spectator has shuffled these cards, all you're going to do now is look at the bottom card and peek the top one. Good little tip as well, if you don't want to make it too obvious that you're looking at the top card, is once they've shuffled them, is to immediately just do a little peekaboo there. Okay, look, peekaboo. And you got your 8 of clubs and 7 of diamonds, so we need the 8 of spades and the peekaboo 7 of hearts. Sorry, I've had a really long day. And then what you do is you go through, you're going to take out the 8 of spades, and as you're doing this, make sure you just say, look, I'm just going to take out 2 random cards and go for the 7 of hearts. Where's that gone? Perfect, right there. And then you ask your spectator to name a card. Let's say they go for the 8 of hearts. And when you spread through, all you're going to do now is hold this pile, square them up, and you're going to turn over with your wrist. So turn over, grab it with your thumb underneath, and immediately bring it back, and your left hand goes on top of the right. Keep it out jogged as well, and then immediately just spread onto the table like so, and remove all the cards except for the 2 either side, and just put them to the side for now. And then you just go through your whole pattern. You can say, you know, look, I took these cards here, but remember I said I was going to see how close I could get. Turn those over, and you say, look, I knew you're going to choose the 8 of hearts because I found the matching pair as well, or I put them either side, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, that's the whole routine. And just remember, if they do choose one of the cards that you've put on the table originally, just to do the magician's force, and whatever they point to, just drop it onto the table. So if they chose the 8 of hearts and you originally put it there, if they point to this one, drop it. If they point to this one, drop that one anyway. And I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I think sometimes we get a little bit caught up with tricks that require the spectator must shuffle the cards, or there must not be any setup. Well, not always. Some of the tricks, the most powerful self-working tricks, are completely set up, they're completely rigged. And if you can just get over that little barrier with a bit of confidence, I think you're gonna find that people just don't want to shuffle the cards. And if they do, you know what I always say, just say to them, look, no. That's all you have to do, just say no. Just say no, go get your own trick, get your own show. Do that. And so if you enjoyed this tutorial, do me a massive favor, smash the like button, subscribe if you'd like to learn more amazing card tricks like this. And if you want to learn some incredible card tricks, check out these 2 videos here. You'll love them. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao.